Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is the Hooligans Cars and Coffee, the first one of the season. It's a little event they put on, and usually on Saturdays, I think. And weather looks like it's going to be good. It's about 7 a.m. here. I'm going to go get my first cup of coffee and then head over to the event, swap some parts with some friends, and see what kind of cars show up. So let's get into it. Full swing over here. It's like things are already lining up. It was a pretty cool turnout. Got this sweet 33 Dodge door for my coupe. Got that from Colt. And I got some cool stuff from Michael for the flathead. We'll go check that stuff out together. What's up, dog? It was a pretty neat cars and coffee, though. Really had a good time. A lot of people turned out. Not nearly as big as they are when we kind of get more in the full swing of things, but for a season opener, it wasn't too bad. Can't complain. Anyway, I have these two bent valves for the flathead for the 59 AB. These are they're 8BA valves, but two of them are bent at least. So Michael hooked me up with, buddy Michael from the Hooligans, he hooked me up with a couple of extra exhaust and intake valves, as well as a riser. So now we have a riser for our intake. If it goes on there. There it goes. For a fuel pump. So that's cool. And then also, I traded him some 59 AB copper gaskets that I got for these ABA copper gaskets for these 59 AB copper gaskets, which I have these steel ones, but I think copper is the way to go. So that's pretty awesome. And the last thing I got from Michael, there's a push rod for the fuel pump. He got me a whole mess of extra head bolts because the length, I can navigate all the mess in here. The length is different because these Evans heads are thicker. So instead of being able to use these short bolts down at the bottom, you can see they have like one thread, and that won't work. So you got to use these longer ones, which are the ones that go in the upper part normally, but they can go in the bottom or anywhere. Pretty much same bolts. There's 3 different sizes of these bolts from what I've seen. And the two longer ones are the ones that will work with these heads, and the shortest ones will not. But I'm sure I still need a lot, probably, to because this is just one head's worth, and I got 2 heads. But it got me closer, and it is much appreciated. Michael's a solid dude. I'm gonna do a feature on his tutor. He's built a pretty cool tutor, and he's working on a blower for it right now. So whenever he gets that up and running, I'm going to do a little feature. But got us closer to having one side done. I'm still going to have to buy more head bolts for sure, but definitely helps and definitely appreciated. I'm going to show you guys how things have been going on the Jeep truck next. So since I motorized the bead roller, I have been cranking out floor pans for this thing. They've been turning out pretty good. Passenger side, I did all in one big section, one whole big floor pan. Driver side, I've been kind of piecing together. Just been using pieces, scraps of sheet metal that I had left over. Been cutting out these sections. I made this patch here. You know, I'm replicating all the factory beads and everything. So I got another patch cut and welded in, and then I treated around it with OSFO. I also wire wheeled the roof, knocked all the rust off of that, and I treated that with OSFO. Now, one thing is when you guys are using OSFO, you want to make sure if you're doing it up above your head like this. I held a rag up and kind of sprayed up into the rag, and then wiped. Wear gloves. Don't get the stuff on you. It's acid. It'll burn. You don't want it in your eyes. You don't want to breathe it in. So just be careful. But it sure works great for stuff like this. I also was able to spray it back up in there on that rust, which is harder to get to. So I just drenched it. It'll kill that rust. You know, it'll come back if you don't put some paint over it. That's pretty much going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out the Cars and Coffee. Hooligans put that on every second Saturday of the month for the car show season. Also been doing a little drywall in the shop with some scraps that my folks donated from their new house build. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Next video, we're going to be shooting Raptor liner on the Jeep J-10, 1976 J-10 floors. So if you're interested in how that process works, I'm going to do seam sealer and Raptor liner. Just talking to a buddy today about how to do seam sealer, you know, tape it out and smear it so that you can have it look real nice and clean when it's done. So definitely check that out if you're interested in learning how to do seam sealer. It doesn't sound that complicated, and it's really not, but if you haven't done it, it might be helpful for you to see. But that video will be coming out in the next few days, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys are digging the content. I'm trying to keep it regular. It's kind of tough, you know, when you don't do this full time for a living to generate content, you know. it's not always easy for me to just be doing hot rod stuff. It's just, I'm a normal guy who lives a life, you know. I'm trying to kind of vlog what I'm doing, do some how-to stuff, show you guys how to fix up some tools, make them work better. Definitely open to suggestions, you know, if you guys want to see something that you haven't seen, or if you're curious for some info about hot rodding that I haven't covered or you haven't seen elsewhere on the internet, I'm happy to cover stuff. I'm not like the end all be all about this stuff, but I know quite a few of the tips and tricks of traditional hot rodding and customizing, as the name implies, trad rod and custom. Trad is not my name. My name is Oliver. Trad is short for traditional. I've had way too many people call me Trad thinking that's my name. It's short for traditional. Maybe that was an error on my part naming my channel that. I don't know. I thought it was pretty obvious, but maybe it's not. But anyway, hope you guys are digging the content. I'm gonna keep rolling it out. Definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.